And even though there's a temptation from marketers out there to, pair you against a Metro or a Power FM or a 702, and in some instances even a 947. And the truth is, we all talk to different markets. We all understand them very differently. Gauteng is a very big space with lots of different mindsets. That you need to make a decision in terms of where you need to tap that mindset. The most important thing is, how do you create a golden thread that's able to speak to the most significant of those groups, and that's what we drive and push for. And we feel our identity as the Afropolitan is what separates us from the rest.
Yeah. How far do you think marketers have come during your journey of telling them to challenge their ideas and their approach to the black markets? Have they done a good job, or is there still work to be done?
I mean, there's always work to be done. Hopefully I never have to have this conversation in another 21 years. But the truth is, you've also got to be sensitive to the challenges that marketers face. So they face their own socialization challenges, where they need to get over certain things at a personal level. And second, there are business imperatives where they're answerable to shareholders and to and they shareholders themselves may have been socialized totally differently. People are driven by budgets, they're driven by delivery, they're driven by there's a lot of pressure from a delivery point of view, and yet you're working against a market that requires time, that requires investment, that requires can we just calm down and have a conversation, which is a very expensive proposition to put out there, but it's a very real proposition, because anyone who wants to be around in the next 100 years needs to be taking the time to have the conversation with the audience. When we do plans, for instance, at Kaya, we work on 3 to 5 year plans, and then 5 to 10 and 10 to 20 year plans. It doesn't matter that I'm not going to be here in 20 years time, but the point is, anything and everything that's going to be in 20 years' time is largely dependent on the decisions I have to make today. And so if I want to see a particular outcome, I've got to be very careful about what we do today to be able to ensure that we deliver that. And one of the other things that's very important is, we can't ignore the fact that our big challenge as communicators, now all of us, I'm talking media, advertising, marketers and so forth, we have a unique opportunity, and this is what I was saying in the room yesterday, and I'm not sure if it landed right at the end. We are probably the most powerful voice that can shift this country to a certain point. We could effect a totally different mood, completely, and still fulfill business imperatives, and still create a knowledgeable market about products, and still create a market that's able to make proper choices for themselves, but be very deliberate about how we shift people's minds, and eventually you could shift an entire country, really. And we hardly have these conversations, again, because we don't see the marriage between profits and social change, and there's a huge correlation between that. Everybody wants a healthy market. When you have a healthy market that's able to take care of itself, it is able to become repeat business. I think it's not rocket science, really.